It was fresh and pretty, but again, the assemblage of things, the sort of bohemian attitude.
Welcome back. My name is Jada if you're new here, and this is my fashion trend prediction for the spring and summer of this year, obviously. So let's get into it. There's a look that I've been loving so much. Honestly, I think I'm wearing a look. You guys, I thrifted this top actually, and I'm gonna show you guys the back. Like, the last time I did a fashion trend prediction video, it did not go well because, for one, I was predicting something that was already there. Like, I was predicting things like pointy heels with baggy jeans and knitwear, which is typical for the fall, which I was doing it for the fall, and just very here, you know. But this one, I did my research, I corrected myself, I have evidence. Not a lot, besides one girl, and that's Style with Soko. Before we get into her style though, and what really sparked this prediction based off her style and then my own interest, I do want to talk about just what I can label this as. And this isn't to say that this has not happened before. I think everything that we can predict happens somewhere at some point. Maybe what I'm about to predict, you've probably seen it on somewhere before. Maybe your mom or your grandmother used to dress like that. Maybe you dress like that now, and that's fine. But that does not mean that everyone is dressing like that. I think a lot of people are still definitely stuck in this like old money, conservative, minimalistic trend, or the Copenhagen Swedish style. Also, I'm predicting this based off my own interest and what excites me currently, and Style with Soko. But I would describe what I'm seeing, what I'm predicting, and what I'm interested in, most importantly, is sort of like an eclectic 90s boho revival. But let's get into Style with Soko. There's two looks that Style with Soko has done so far that when I looked at them, I'm like, this is definitely different than everything else I'm seeing. Everyone, again, is going, I hate saying old money because it's not even old money. Everyone is going very minimalistic, playing it safe, cool. Which, might I add, is a bit challenging in a world where everyone's documenting their outfits. So for me to feel something different based off Style with Soko, who is also a fashion influencer, just like a lot of other people, definitely makes me feel more confident in this prediction. A style that reminds me of Chloe, Celine, Versace, maybe Gucci, Tom Ford, and just this fusion of Y2K in the 90s, the early to mid 90s. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of this trend.
What I'm going to do is go through each element that makes up this look by sort of building an entire outfit. So we will talk about the shoes, pants, tops, accessories, bag, hair, and makeup. But starting with the shoes, I think for this look, it's definitely going to be vintage wedges, clog heels, and then metallic strappy and sandal heels in silver, gold, bronze, and copper. Thong sandal heels especially, and chunky stiletto heels. Now on to pants, I'm picturing flare capris, silk maxi skirts, real silk though. I'm thinking for all of this, it's only going to land and look fresh and organic if people shop either secondhand or just source quality new pieces. Fast fashion will not cut it. Flare capris, fitted capris, like last spring and summer, silk maxi skirts, suede mini skirts, midi length skirts, and flare boho denim jeans. So think, I'm not sure if you guys watched the Super Bowl halftime, but when Kendrick wore those Celine slightly flare jeans, that type of wash, that type of style, just very relaxed and subtle. For the dresses, I'm thinking silk flowy dresses, halter dresses, beaded detail dresses. For dresses that have jewelry pieces in them, deep plunge dresses, backless dresses, frosty and neutral colors, definitely bandeau tops and dresses. Now for the tops, of course, again, halter tops, deep plunge tops, cross tops, fitted white tanks. Now what people used to do back in the day, especially in the 90s, or I think both in the 90s and the early 2000s, is that the women had this way of like really making a simple fitted white tank top look so elegant and simple and classy. I think we'll see more of that. And obviously, again, that's not something new. People wear tank tops in the spring and summer. But I mean, in a more intentional way, like styling it. Like it's an outfit that you would go get drinks with versus like running errands or going to work out in. You know, people don't usually, well, at least where I'm from what I've seen, people don't really wear just like a simple white tank top to just do cute shit, you know. It's more like errands with a light jacket or leggings and tennis shoes, but more so just actually styling a white tank top. I hope that makes sense. Beaded tops, jewelry tops, and spaghetti straps, which I know Nene Leakes does not like.
Yeah. Make sure you ain't have on no scary straps.
But we move. Accessories will definitely be stacked bangles, silver, gold, stone, and resin, chain link and beaded necklaces, slinky earrings, those staple earring pieces that kind of are bold enough to fit for both or stand in for the necklace. Like once people put on those certain types of like earrings where they're long and just very bold, the necklace is not needed. Like show your collarbone. Jewelry and beaded waist belt. For the hair, I'm thinking perfection. Like perfect hair just won't do. And for the makeup, I'm definitely thinking naturally thin, lightly filled brows, pink tint gloss or light shimmer, bronzer, nudes, and lightly baked.
I find myself craving this very style that I'm speaking of, a vintage boho 90s eclectic style that consists of metallics and golds and silver and chunky jewelry and wedge heels and things like that. Now let's talk about why I'm even predicting this in the first place. I think because we saw such a massive shift from maximalism to minimalism, I think the only shift after that would be fusing the two, because a lot of people aren't going to go back to just straight maximalism before there's that gray area of kind of doing both. A style that you can still be very 100% personable and unique with while still exuding this like timeless look and feel. Where was I, darling? Let's talk about the 90s aspect of it. Olivia Rodrigo at the Grammys would be a perfect example of this. Now she came in serving straight 90s, very subtle makeup, gorgeous hair, beautiful dress, fits her well. I would also say Keke Palmer in this one look. Olivia was serving straight 90s and Keke kind of was the maximalism, minimalism, the fusion of the two, the Y2K and the 90s. I wish I was more educated when it came to fragrance because it definitely ties in with fashion and fashion predictions as well. And the scent that I have on is a vanilla cashmere and cherry undernote. I wear both of them together and it smells so good all the time, but I think with this particular style, it's so fitting. Lastly, the reason why I love this look, why I think a lot of people will grow to love and appreciate it as well, is because it's very like grown and sexy, but in a very subtle way. It's very fun and calls for the need to accessorize. It also sparks so much opportunity for creativity. And lastly, if you're in your mid-20s or early 30s or mid-30s or even your early 40s, I think this look fits us so well, especially for this age group. I'm gonna make it wider and say 25 to early 40s because honestly, the older I get, the more I realize that I'm as mature as a 30-year-old or even more mature than a 46-year-old. So with that being said, the lighting is getting so bad, so I'm gonna go. The sun is coming out and we have to work our way around her because she likes to come up and down a lot and ruin shit for me. Love her though. I'm gonna go. I really hope you guys like this video and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.